The Pro models of the iPhone, especially the Pro Max, are where Apple showcases its new features. So, what does this year's model bring? The iPhone 16 Pro Max features a larger screen, a new chipset, a new ultra-wide camera, and even a dedicated button for the camera shutter. However, the design has hardly changed. You get the same design and camera arrangement as before. Just like last year's model, the iPhone 16 Pro Max has a flat aluminum and glass back, and a flat titanium frame, all with a matte finish. The phone is slightly taller and heavier, but the difference is minimal. The large pill-shaped cutout behaves the same as before, with the dynamic island feature. A black bar extends beyond the cutout to display relevant information and provide shortcuts. This cutout houses the selfie camera and a 3D 2F sensor, which enables Apple's Face ID. This feature is used for biometrics and unlocking the phone, as there is no fingerprint reader. The phone's display is a 6.9-inch LTPO OLED protected by third-generation ceramic shield glass, and it has a 120 Hz refresh rate. This is 0.2 inches larger than the previous model, making it the largest display ever seen on an iPhone. With a bigger size, the experience of watching your content is even more immersive. As before, you have true tone for consistent colors in different situations, along with support for HDR10 and Dolby Vision. The display is as bright as last year's, if not a bit more. We maxed out at around 1000 nits with a manual slider, and in auto mode, we saw the brightness reach nearly 2000 nits, which is great for outdoor use. The high refresh rate of the display is referred to by Apple as ProMotion. It's dynamic, automatically adjusting from 120 Hz to as low as 1 Hz when idle, saving power. Speaking of performance, both the iPhone 16 and the 16 Pro come with the new A18 and A18 Pro chips, promising a considerable increase in speed. While benchmarks show improved performance, the practical experience doesn't seem dramatically different unless you're using more demanding apps. One noteworthy addition is that all models now come with 8 GB of RAM, which should help with the future use of new artificial intelligence features. iOS 18 was also launched alongside the new iPhones, bringing a series of functionalities that allow for more customization. This can make a real difference in the user experience, allowing you to organize icons and customize shortcuts on the lock screen. These small adjustments can indeed improve the usability of the iPhone in a way that hardware updates do not. Now, let's talk about the new camera control button. Although Apple doesn't officially call it a button, I'll refer to it that way. This feature is part of Apple's attempt to give users more control over the photographic experience. The idea is that you can adjust exposure, zoom, and other parameters in a more intuitive way. However, this functionality may be a bit complex for those unfamiliar with photographic adjustments and may end up being used primarily as a shutter button by most people. In terms of cameras, the iPhone 16 performs well, but is not particularly surprising. On the other hand, the iPhone 16 Pro Max brings significant improvements, especially in the main and ultra-wide cameras. The larger sensor and 5x zoom capability make a big difference, allowing you to capture details that other smartphones might miss. However, the lens still faces flare issues in low-light conditions. A crucial point to discuss is artificial intelligence. Marketing has focused on Apple Intelligence, but the reality is that these features are still in testing and not ready for consumers. This raises questions about Apple's strategy and how it aligns with market pressure to be a leader in AI. What does this mean for the consumer? It means that, for now, it's better to buy the iPhone for what it is today, rather than what it might become in the future. One highlight is the battery, which Apple claims has increased in capacity. The iPhone 16 Pro Max promises 22 hours of video playback, an increase over the previous model. However, the reality has proven to be slightly different. The batteries are about 6% larger compared to last year, but in practice, battery life remains similar. So, if you're considering purchasing the iPhone 16 or 16 Pro, my recommendation is this. If you have an iPhone 13 or older, and it's already showing issues, it's worth upgrading. For those with newer models, the upgrade may not justify the investment unless you're truly interested in the camera and display improvements of the Pro model. In summary, the iPhone 16 and 16 Pro are solid but incremental upgrades. They offer new features and an attractive design, but the promise of artificial intelligence features leaves a bittersweet taste. Let's see how Apple evolves in this aspect in the future. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next review. Goodbye.
Watch more amazing videos. Subscribe to our channel now.